Welcome to Math with the Real Floater. Today, we'll be looking at something very simple, but it's very important, which is the number line. Okay, before we get into that, let's just look at some basic things here, where we have 3 is equals to positive 3. There's no sign in front of the 3, so it means that it's a positive. Okay, so we'll be learning as well about positive and negative numbers as we go through this lesson. Likewise, 6 by itself is the same thing as saying positive 6. We look at letters, nothing is different. X is the same thing as positive X. Okay, let's look at this number line where we have 0 in the middle, we have positive numbers on the right, negative on the left. When we add a positive number, we go to the right. Don't worry, we'll be getting more into it. As I said, when we add a positive number, we go to the right. Likewise, when we add a negative number to a number, we go to the left. Okay, let's do some examples to make it simple. Let's say we have 3 plus 2. Everyone knows that 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, but let's look at the number line and figure this one out. So we mark the number 3 on that number line, and when we add a positive, what do? We go to the right. Okay, so starting from number 3, we'll be counting off 2 to the right, and we get 5. We arrive at the number 5. Very easy so far, okay? Good. Remember, if you like what you're seeing, like, share, and subscribe because we have lots of content on this channel. Okay, let's look at the next one. 3 minus 2. Everyone knows that it's 1. But let's look at the number line to figure this one out. So we mark off the 3, and now we are adding a negative 2, which is the same thing as minusing the 2 from the 3. So when we're adding a negative number, we go to the left. So we start at the 3, and we count off 2 towards the left, and we end up at number 1. Wasn't hard, was it? Okay, let's look at this number where we have 7 minus 4. So we look at where 7 is on that number line, and then we are adding a negative 4, which is the same thing as 7 minus 4. So we'll be counting off 4 going towards the left. Once we're adding a negative number, we go to the left. Simple, not hard. Okay, 4 minus 6. Wow, we're taking away a large number from a small. Not to worry, the principle remains the same. So we see where we are on the number line at the number 4, and we go to the left by 6 counts. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you notice, we did not skip the 0. Okay, so we arrive at negative 2. So we were adding a negative number, so we move to the left from where we start. So 4 minus 6 is equal to minus 2. Let's do a next one. Negative 2 minus 3. What's that equal to? Let's look on the number line. Let's start with the negative 2, okay? And we're adding also a negative 3. Principle remains the same. Once we're adding a negative, we go to the left. So we start off at minus 2 and we count off 3. 1, 2, 3. We end up at minus 5. Okay, easy so far. I agree. Let's look at negative 2 plus 4. Same principle applies. We start off at the negative 2 mark, and we're adding a positive number. So we're going to go to the right. So we start off at negative 2 and we count off 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, we don't skip the 0. The 0 is a part of the count. So we end up at 2. Looking good so far, aren't we? Okay. And of course, negative 4 plus 2 is the same thing as 4 minus 2. Principle remains the same. All right, let's look at this one. Negative 7 plus 4. Let's go on our number line, mark off our negative 7. And we're adding a positive number, so we go to the right. So starting at our negative 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. We count off 4 digits to the right, we get negative 3. And that's our answer. No, let's look at this one where it says negative 3 minus 4. Right there, we are adding two negative numbers. It's the same thing I say, the negative 3 plus a negative 4. And if you're adding two numbers that are negative, you just add those numbers together. Quite easy. Which is equals to a negative 7. So we're going to go on the number line also to show you how we get to this negative 7. So we have negative 3. Okay, let's start off from there. And we'll be adding a minus 4. So we go to the left. Remember, don't forget that rule. We go to the left by 4 because we're adding a negative number. And see, we arrive at our negative 7. Okay, folks, I hope that you enjoyed this lesson as much as I did. If you need to go over it some more, go over it, practice. But this is the basics of the number line. See you again.